This should work. Tap to invite a brother. Oh, I want to see the comments. How do I see the comments? Sorry about that. What can I say? Technology. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, I'll wait until you're all... Is that blinking dog? Bark, bark, barking. Hello, Margaret. Hello, Beth. Hello, Geordie. So this is on a different phone altogether. Hello, Stephen. Sorry about the... hello, Marianne. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Annaline. Yahoo, now remember not to jangle your brush against... Hello, Marjorie. Hello, Marianne. Yes, I know you're watching. Don't forget, Marianne, Ray, let me know if I do anything wrong. Okay, 17, 18... We'll just wait until the numbers reach a point where I'm actually willing to start speaking. Hello, Irene. Hello, Maria again. Hello, Paul. Thanks for coming back. Technological difficulties. Look what I've been picking. No, Paul, not my nose. They're lovely. Maybe have a go at them a bit later. I'm hoping for great things from my magic brush. Oh, they're really, really not. Oh, Lissy, how lovely to see you. How are you? Evan, so what are things, Evan, are things like going downhill in the world of tar, so you're going to have a go at painting maybe? Good idea, Sarah. Sarah, I liked your painting. I thought it was really, it was almost quite a traditional type of watercolour painting. It was soft and gentle and really nice. I liked it. Hello, Christine. Hello. Yeah, Christopher Irving. Should you not be doing some work somewhere? Evelyn, Sheila, hello. I haven't got your badge on today. I've got my rather unlikely fox with a rifle badge on today. How did your irises catch up to ours? Everything else seems to be... You do know where I live, don't you, Beth? The Scottish border is only about 12 miles in that direction. Verity, hello, lovely to see you. Yeah, we're like in the back end of nowhere here, and we get like the worst weather in the Northern Hemisphere probably. Jules, hello, how are you? Oh, Jules, you just don't want to know about last night. But I'll tell you anyway, the water calmed down a lot, and we just swam for ages and ages and ages. He's got a short course up, it's about 200 metres. And he let us stay in for about 45 minutes, which was lovely. Beth, I just want to say, I don't care what your son Ben says, Lynn Cox, she is like my absolute hero. Jenny's watching. Hello, Jenny. Don't mention badgers. No, badgers without an R, Jules. Why can't I mention badgers? Sarah, thank you, keeping trying. Well done. Right, so the painting that we... falling to pieces. So the painting that we've been on with for a few days could do with a bit more doing to it. I have to say I haven't so much as lifted a finger today, but I have got some fresh water because it's a very big day today, and if I move this way, can you see? Do you want to give a little wave? Sorry. Hello. There's Lisa. Back. She's back at work today. Merciful heavens. Honestly, everything's been in such a state here. And hello, Sheila. Just the type of... Yes, Jules, you go too far. You know that. Hi again, Katie. Gosh, you're 33 people. How exciting. Yes, very, very rude. Anyway, I'm going to tip you up and we're going to put some of the sort of final bits onto this painting to make it work. This is Lisa's phone, because my phone, as you know, has got like funny sound issues, and my iPad that's worked perfectly, when I pressed live video, it just went live video, waiting, live video, and it was like, it's not going to happen. Right, I'm going to tip you up. Here we go. So what I would like to do is, right in the foreground here, find some paint. Do you know what? It's been years and years since my hair was long enough to tie up, and it's quite nice to be able to do it again. In fact, it's so nice that I'm even toying with the idea of, oh God, I need to put my brush in my tea. I'll put my tea over there next to my set of AJ Ludlow paints. Right. I'm going to do a few leaves in the foreground as well, I think. Oh, sorry, I'm not sure you can see. Where's Mel? Or is she golfing again today? So, Sheila, you know my lovely Charolais badge? Do you have them for Holsteins and what other cattle are there? Lisa? Yeah? What other sort of cattle are there?
Limmies.
What?
Limmies.
Limousins, yes. Belgian Blues.
Angus.
Angus? Oh, or belted Galloways, they'd be nice. What do you call those? Wagyu. Sheila, sorry? Herefords, yeah. It's good having Lisa back, isn't it? Adds a whole new dimension to the midday video.
I don't know whether you're talking to me or them.
No, you will never know whether I'm talking to you or them. It's nice for me to hear another voice for a change. Yeah, I just quite fancied putting a bit more foliage in the foreground. Wrong colour. Never mind. Okay. Oh, look, my board's going to pieces. Look, it's just, whoops. Where are we? Snapping off. This, like, plastic Corex goes brittle after quite a while. We'll just put the detail on the legs to make them actually look like chicken legs. And if you, like me, have examined chicken legs quite closely, which I'm sure a lot of you have, I love your magic bracelet, thank you. So, yeah, I'm waiting for Sheila to say, yes, we have all those badges, but she might not. Right, so I've just mixed up a sort of chicken leg colour. So speaking of chickens, Fifey has done the most amazing thing to the vegetable garden to stop the blinking chickens from jumping in and dusting. I'm just going to cough, but it's not anything apart from probably dust in my throat, because before Lisa came I thought I'd better have a bit of a clean up, and I got the like the Hoover out, except it's not a Hoover, I think it's a Tesco one. You missed the reply. Oh, sorry, Sheila. Belted Galloways would make me the envy of my neighbours who have quite a lot. Do you know Frank from Halls Hill? When we go on our 5-mile walk most evenings round West Woodburn, Blackburn, East Woodburn and back, we go through a herd of belted Galloways. Do you call them a herd? And when we first started walking through, they would come charging up, and you know, and the 2 sausage dogs I would have on leads would be terrified. But now they don't even notice. So by just putting this detail around the ankles, you can even dictate, you know, which way things go. Because if you have a, where are we? Scrap of paper. So if you imagine you have a tube like that, by going like that, you can make the eye think that it's doing a certain thing. Interesting. Right. Moving along to these ones. Yeah, sorry Jules, but last night's swim was immense. It would be the longest like head down, lashing up and down crawl that I've done for quite a long time, even though the river pool that I go in a lot we've worked out it's 50 metres long and 50 metres back, obviously, but the 50 metres back goes very quickly because you're going with the flow of the water, so it's not that much effort. So that's like every loop is 100 metres, and the guy who organises the open water swimming has got buoys 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get in here, and the circuit is it's quite small this year, I think, because he knows a lot of people they're just not fit enough yet and they might drown. So he's just made a 200 metre course. So we went round and round and round that, and it was brilliant. So yeah, having Lisa here is rather nice. We've managed to sort of go through a whole load of loose ends, and it's a big relief, really. I like the sound of yeah, Jules, it is. Swimming down rivers is exceptionally good fun. Last year, I think my first big river swim was when we went down to, well, Fifey's sister lives in the Fens, so we went on a swimming trip, and Fifey is very, very good at organising things, and he looked at the map, because sometimes you go somewhere and really you just got to get an Ordnance Survey map and actually look at it, or look at Google Earth and see if you can see some open water, and then start doing your homework and your research. So anyway, we went to Peterborough for the first swim on the River Nene, and this is like, if you look at the map, the river does this. It does a big loop like that, and then it comes back in and then goes away. And in the middle of this loop, there's a country park and 2 lakes and a visitor centre. So we parked in the car park here, walked about maybe a kilometre this way. He carried the canoe, I carried my swimming costume. And so we got in the water here and I swam, and he canoed all the way around to here, which I think was it was a few miles anyway. And then we got here and it was only about half a kilometre to get back to the car park. And it's not every day you find such a helpful swim as that. That was a magic day. And then the next day, is it the next day? Oh yes, I always wanted to go to Grantchester because I really like the handsome vicar out of the programme. The blonde one, not the new one. So we did that, and Fifey's sister came in the canoe as well and swam down to Cambridge, but it wasn't very sunny. And then the next day we went to Fifey's sister's husband's cousin's farm, where they've been doing a massive rewilding project in the fens, and we got shown around the huge rewilded area, and I have never seen so much waterfowl in my life. It was amazing, and hares. And then I did a swim down the River Wissey into the River Great Ouse, and that was lovely. And then we drove home. So I'm just, sorry, continuing and muttering. Nearly done the legs. It's got to be done. We were looking forward to a summer of similar adventures, but it's not really looking that way, is it? But I'm so lucky. I've got a lovely river here with loads of great places to swim. And now that the open water swimming lake, which is 10 minutes drive away, has opened up again, I'm literally as spoilt as anything. Right, beaks. I know it's not very exciting, but these things have to be done in order to complete the painting. Right, so the beak. Listen to Lisa working away. Tapping away on the computer. I've got these disinfectant wipes. I can't swim in water where I can't see what's underneath. Well, just close your eyes. Saw your photos from those swims. I was worried you might get entangled in a submerged supermarket trolley. I was hoping I'm plotting an invasion of Northumberland following in the footsteps of Hadrian. What are you going to do, like raping and pillaging, Beth? I'm not sure that you'd be very popular. Hello, Angie. Scones and tea. Will she? Marianne will provide scones and tea. No, one of you will. Carol Chorley. Hello. Habitankum Roman Fort is literally half a mile in that direction. Right slap bang. Whoops. Carol Chorley, you can't send me messages and be on here at the same time and expect me to communicate. How do you get started? And like, how long have you been doing? I've always swum in lakes and rivers and stuff. This is yeah, always done it. Right, I'm going to tip up, tippity tip. Right, beaks. Yellow. So it's really just a case of knowing where the darker bits are. Oops, too wet. Sorry. I will look back through all your comments later on and do appropriate hearts and likes. So Sheila, I will see what your response was to my question about all the other cattle. So just to turn it around for the people who haven't tipped things upside down, it just really brings shape to the beaks. And now that these leaves are nearly dry, I am going to darken up the foreground. I don't know what colour it's going to be yet. Not quite sure. Mud coloured, literally, because it is sort of, isn't it? There's so much colour on, like just on my board here. Pick some of that up. No waste. Oh, do you know, I just went out there to put my swimming costume on the line. Sorry, Jules. And we've got all these raised beds that have been created out of tin and what do you call those things? Pallets. And there's one big raised bed that Fifey made, mostly out of just sheets of tin and the contents of the muck heap. And it looks amazing. It's got lettuces in and more lettuces. I don't remember what else was. It's like just rows of loads of little things looking like soldiers, all full of promise. I'll take some photographs and put them on my Facebook page. Are you still there? William, hello. Tracy, hello. Let's put the little claw on the end of the toe, or whatever you call them. Yeah, I'm quite pleased that I've decided to put some depth of colour in the foreground. This needs a little sharp toenail. Swap you some broccoli for lettuce. All right, Carol, I think we got given some broccoli from a friend of ours, Lizzie. If we have spare lettuce, I'd have to speak to the head gardener, obviously, on that. Yeah, I'm not sure that we might be past the swapping phase and moving on to the sort of gloating and showing off phase in the garden now, which happens shortly before the eating phase. And then you've got the giving away courgette phase. It's funny, isn't it? Everything's the same. Plus ça change, plus ça reste la même chose. Oops, sorry. Sometimes I just forget you're there. Okay. I think that's better. I'll just finish the bit. Oops, come on, up and over. Just finish this bit here. It's all gone very quiet around the other side. You still there, Lisa?
Yes, absolutely.
Lisa, who's so interested and loves her job so much, she's never even watched a full video. Otherwise, I'd be asking her questions. Multiple choice questions. Too busy homeschooling. Yeah, and how pleased are you to be back at work, Lisa?
I'm well excited.
Have you even read the Have you even read the risk assessment form?
You've not shown it me.
It's on the table next to all the disinfectant stuff. And the rubber.
I've read it, yes, I've read it.
Oh, right, and the latex gloves. You have to be seen to be doing these, taking these measures and precautions. Oh, God. Okay. Just finish my tea. Paul Goff is watching. Hello, hello. Just made it. Work gets in the way. Oh, what a shame. Oh, that tea's gone lukewarm. Right. I think that is looking a bit better. So these chickens are sort of standing out against their background now, rather than just sort of floating. You'll never be able to paint again without chattering away to us. Well, yeah, but Lisa doesn't come in every day. That's better. I can even see in the reflection there that that they're standing out more. So that's okay. Let's put them to one side. Now, I had hoped to maybe do some work on like the start. Floating chickens is generally... No, it's not. Did I tell you the story about the floating chickens? I think I maybe did, weeks ago. Remind me about it. Beth, remind me about the floating chickens, because I can't remember whether I told you, but there was quite a funny story, but it's too long for now. Yeah, so anyway, we were going to maybe move on to the next phase of this and try and have it end up looking a bit more like that one that we did together the other day. But I want the Oriental poppies to come out because I didn't tell you the story. Do you want me to tell it to you? Because the thing about the poppies that I've got here is I've just got two that look like floppy plates, and I want for that to do the next stage of this painting. I just want some uppy ones and things. You don't want me to tell you the story. Time though, okay. Let's have a look at this painting. I need some paper. Heaps and heaps and heaps. Okay, quickly then. So years and years ago, when I used to do the art tour, like the Open Studio event, and I would have the pictures up in the house, and I was handing out the leaflets. I was handing out the leaflets or the brochures in the village, and there would be maybe 50 or 60 artists who would all open our studios up to the public and run a joint campaign, and everyone had to hand out brochures. So I was in the village shop saying, would it be okay to put a pile of these art tour brochures? And but yeah, no problem at all. And there's a chap in our village called Davy, who I haven't seen for a while, and he, I think possibly, I think somebody said that possibly when he was born, it was before like all this modern technology, and I think that there was he was deprived of oxygen at birth, and so he's a great lad and everything, and he's worked for the council on the roads for years and years, but and really friendly and cheerful. He always waves, but maybe, I don't want to be derogatory, but maybe like not the sharpest tool in the box. So anyway, he was in the shop, and I said, Davy, you might be interested, and he went, oh. So he took one of the leaflets up. Anyway, the art tour event was great. We had a lovely preview, and on this boiling hot sunny day, and I used to have Pekin bantams. I kept Pekin bantams. I'm wondering if I've got a painting of them. These lovely little squat chickens, quite hard to come by and usually quite expensive as well, with like fluffy feet and little fluffy little bottoms and everything. And I adored them. And it had been hot for a few days, boiling hot on this open studio day. So we'd put we'd put the water out, like a big bucket of water out for the ducks. That's right. Anyway, so up turns Davy on his bicycle, and I was so pleased to see him, because the whole thing about open studio events is to make art really, really accessible. Because smart, clever, middle-class Guardian readers don't need to be told to go to art galleries. But then there are people who feel perhaps that's excluded them. So I was really thrilled when Davy came and, made him welcome, gave him a drink, and I showed him where everything was and just let him go away and have a look round, which was great. And then about half an hour later, he came back and he said, there were two things I'll always remember. And he says, thank you very much. He said, some of these is canny, which I took as a massive compliment. And then he said something like about a chicken swimming. And even I knew, like, alarm bells rang, because chickens aren't really very, very good at swimming. Ducks are great at swimming. And so I said, sorry, could you just... he said, when I came, he said there was one of your chickens was like swimming in the water. I was like, oh my God. So I raced outside and just to see one of my beautiful, beautiful buff Pekins face down, feathers, everything out, just sort of doing like a very small, minute, just like a tiny flap like that. So I pulled it out of the water and sort of, and I just gently, like you do with a lamb, just swung it just to try and get the water out of its little lungs. And basically, it was dying, it was dead. So, yes, chickens just don't swim very well. And that was an example, lesson learned. But really, I'm not sure I could learn a lesson from that, because I couldn't have said to him, have you seen anything that has alarmed you on the way in? But I did think, why didn't you say on the way in, oh, incidentally, one of your chickens is learning to swim? Lisa,
Yeah?
you're watching?
Am I watching?
It says Lisa Crocker is watching.
How can I be watching? You've got my phone. Unless Harry's watching.
You're kidding.
Harry logs onto my thing.
Right, so literally, it was either do a bit of painting or tell a story, so you've got the story. That is sad. Margaret, keeping chickens is like a catalogue of sad events. Ask anyone. Right, I am going to be here tomorrow, but I am not going to be here on Friday. Yeah, it was a great story. I'm sorry about that. Life living here is full of terrible stories. This is why you must always pick. Right. Right, well, have a lovely day. I'll see you tomorrow. With a bit of luck, we might have some poppies that I can paint. Otherwise, it'll be a blue day. These are gorgeous, aren't they? Why did the chicken cross? I'm not playing your game. Goodbye.